Another week, another team meeting. We got some pretty awesome content for y'all. Appreciate y'all joining us on Zoom. And those of you that are in here, let's start with our usual bucket fills. What's going on, Krista? Thanks for joining me up here today.
Yeah,
oh,
you're
we
welcome.
don't have any slides yet.
I figured.
All right, bucket fills. Who's got some good stuff to share?
Could be
Chirp,
personal,
chirp,
could
chirp.
be business.
I'm a great aunt.
A great aunt. Way to go, Barbara. Congratulations.
So it's not like it's our personal.
Great aunt again.
Yes,
All right. That's awesome. We
awesome.
love babies.
That's always awesome.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, Krista, we know you love babies. Let's see here.
Anyone else? What's good going on?
Yep, somebody else, somebody in here.
Personal.
Share something.
Bring some energy. Come on.
Tony, any new clients? Oh, yes? Ooh, good job. Way to roll.
All right.
Okay, what else we got going?
Nice. Anybody on Zoom too? Just have to unmute yourself.
Thought I heard somebody. Come on, somebody.
Anyone following the Olympics?
I just got a new listing.
Yeah, at least we have the medal lead right now.
Who said they had a new listing?
Taranika.
Yeah, all right, Tarnika. Way to go.
Where is it?
It's in Cyprus.
Cyprus.
Barker, Cyprus.
Okay, all right. Price point?
400.
400. Not overpriced, right?
No.
Awesome. All right.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And the people who have fires to you.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. Kirk, you got to have something, buddy. All right.
All
Another listing.
right.
Sounds like it's another day in business. Like, yeah, I got another
Just
listing.
another listing.
I've been doing this for 3 months. So just another listing.
It's old hat by now.
Yeah, that's awesome, buddy. Okay, congratulations,
nice.
buddy.
And,
First of many.
Where's it located?
Condo in Montrose area.
Condo in Montrose. Okay, what's
He just
the
goes
price
right
point?
in.
We're gonna start at 229, but it's probably gonna come down to probably 209.
Well, You'll be
229.
surprised in
Okay.
this market. You never know. Is it a one of a kind?
It is, in that complex, it's the only one of it.
Well, there, you
Only
never
one of
know.
its kind. I'm repeating what you say so the people on the mic can pick it up. So here we go.
That's true.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, very good job. Way to
Yeah.
go.
All right. All right. Good job, guys. Appreciate y'all joining us again. Let's get rolling. So what do we got? Oh, let's go, Greg. Let's get some
Come
marketing
on,
news.
Greg. Give us some marketing magic.
Wisdom. Give us some marketing wisdom.
Marketing magic. It's like magic
Oh, he's
when you
like,
do it right.
Can you
No
just
magic
explain?
involved.
Sure. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Greg. I handle the marketing for the office. I have just a few quick things to, gets to talk to you guys about. So one thing that's really important about, in terms of marketing yourself as an agent is using social media. So anyone here who's met with me, I'm always saying, yeah, you should post on social media frequently, regularly, consistently, right? So one thing that, you may have noticed on our social media accounts for the brokerage, we actually share a lot of your posts. So like always, we're always looking out for like, hey, did you get us your success stories, right? So like these are 3 examples. Like one, this is like Sahar, one of her posts of one of our clients who gave birth and did a closing within hours, which was like a very amazing story to share to our clients and of course for our brokerage, for our office. This is Debbie. This is her first time home buyers, and Bernadette with some repeat clients. So we're always looking out for like your stories, and then we repost it. So it can help us find your stories if you just use our hashtags, so KW Southwest, because sometimes it's a challenge to like sift through like your accounts and find out where your stories are. So if you want us to share your story, just kind of use the hashtag, and it makes it a lot easier for us. So
Hey, Greg. I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. What is a hashtag?
Oh,
Asking for a friend. Chris is just
Asking
asking for a friend.
And how do I do one?
Yeah, well,
It's called a pound
yeah,
sign.
right. I was gonna say
Pound
pound sign, right? That's the only way.
Pound
The
sign.
number sign.
Number sign or pound sign, right? So you're on social media. Let's say you're on Instagram or Facebook, and you write your caption, which is like a description that you put during a post, and you say, "Congrats to my first-time home buyers." And then after that, you're gonna put number sign or pound sign
Or hashtag.
hashtag, however you want to find that symbol. And right after it, you would pay KW Southwest. exactly how it's
No
written here.
spaces?
No
No.
spaces between the pound sign or hashtag.
I don't know if she's being serious or she's.
So you would just write it out exactly like that. And what happens is, it becomes a clickable link. So when someone clicks on it, they can find other related content that also has that hashtag. So that works on Facebook and on Instagram. So on our end, what we do is when we see that hashtag, we just actually search through it and see what our agents are posting, and we share our story, share your story. So that makes sense, everyone?
Pretty cool.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
does hashtag KWSW work as well, or?
KWSW works as well. The tricky part, even with both, there are other brokerages that uses Keller Williams office that use similar hashtag. So we try to like look through it and making sure we're not,
Promoting somebody
I
else.
believe there's like an office in St. Louis that
Yeah.
does that. So the goal is to not, share another office that's not in our area. But we work through and try to look at your account to make sure this is one of our agents. So, we do our best. We don't catch every single post, but we try to catch as much as possible. Just an FYI, it doesn't mean we're gonna post it on the same day that you posted. So we just kind of add it to a queue, and then we kind of repurpose the content. It could be the same week, it could be the next week, but we add it in. So you don't need to keep messaging us. Just put the hashtag, we'll look for it. Make sense, everyone?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool. And just how that looks like in terms of impacting the office. So 43% of our website traffic comes from social media. So 43%. So we do about 3,000 to 4,000 hits on our website every month. So like a big substantial amount comes from social media. So that story actually helps us, and it also helps you. So it gives you visibility. And also you shouldn't be encouraged, like you should continue to post content, because that will drive traffic to your own website. I'm sure you guys all have set up through Command, right?
Sure.
Awesome. Awesome. So there's some other updates about the KW website, just like a FYI. So listings, open houses, and agent profiles are on our website. So like your list, everyone who's an agent, if you're not, just send me an email, gregory.s@kw.com. But we have like agent profiles, we have listings on our website, open houses. So if you're looking for open houses from our agents, you can actually go on our website, kwsw.com, click on the open house tab, and you're gonna see where it says featured listings. You're going to see all the open houses coming up. So typically on a Wednesday is actually a good time to look on the website and see what's happening in the area. Also details of your listing. So it kind of mirrors what's on HAR. So it just kind of pulls that data. So all your listings are also on our website. And just an FYI, I know I got some messages about this. So if on your profiles, you may not see all of your solds listings. So we're working that out. That was an issue with HAR. So we're trying to find a way to get all the sold. So I know a few agents like, I see my active listings, I don't see my sold listings. We're definitely aware of that problem. So we're working on doing it as fast as possible, but it's going to be a long process. So just a FYI so everyone knows. And just so you know, we're like official sponsors of the Sugarland Skeeters.
Yeah,
There's our sign. So we have multiple signs throughout the stadium, but that's like the biggest one. So it was really cool. It's really visible. The season ends in October, so it's gonna be up for a few more months. We actually working on having a day where
Be careful. All right, go ahead.
I'm
I think we're-
not gonna give exact time or date.
Okay, all right.
But we're working on a date where we can have people from the office, a certain amount, that actually gonna go to a game and they actually celebrate the fact that we have a sign up there. So ideally next week we'll have more details. So I'm not gonna give a date or a time yet, but we're working that out. So just kind of something to keep top of mind. But it's really amazing to actually have the visibility for our office, because that translates to people going to our website and also seeing your listings, which are also on our website. So that's all intentional for it to benefit the office and benefits you guys. So that's all I have today.
Awesome, buddy. Appreciate that. Exciting stuff. It's gonna be fun. Look out for that. All right.
Awesome. I think I'm next.
All right.
Okay, great. Can I
Rock and
take the
roll.
clicker?
Yes,
All
you
right.
absolutely can.
Awesome. So some of you know I'm the Market Center administrator here. So what does that mean? I'm basically the director of the financials and the operations for the brokerage. So I handle all the accounting, all the numbers, right? And just to give a little bit of validity, our agents bring in over $1 million in GCI every month. So that's over 12 million in a year. I manage a revenue for the office of about 2 million a year, profit of over 300,000 a year. So there's a lot of numbers that go into that, right? So I just want to take a tiny little bit of time to remind you, as you are getting into this career, and some of you have been in it a while, of real estate, you are a business owner. So how do you treat your business as a business owner, right? Keep it real simple. 3 steps. We can all remember 3 steps, right? Y'all like simple? I like simple. There's too many
Yeah,
complicated
the numbers
things
you
in
just
life.
threw out earlier were not simple.
Those are not
So,
simple.
yeah.
Here's 3 steps as a business owner, right? As you're starting your business, or if you've been in business, if you haven't done them, now's a great time. Step number 1, set up a separate checking account. It seems like a tiny little step, but this is so important. It is critical. You want to keep your business separate from your personal. As a business owner, it's a must. So just set up a separate checking account. All of your business income goes into that account. All of your business expenses are paid out of that account. Okay.
Hang on. So I know that half the room is probably thinking it.
Uh-huh.
So should it be a business account or should it be a personal account, just a second personal account?
My advice is just a regular checking account. Reason is when you tack business onto it, you got to think like a banker. They think fees.
Okay.
So there's no reason why you're going to be writing a whole bunch of checks out of that account. You're not going to have, it's just not going to have the same amount of traffic that they think a business is going to have. So you don't need to pay the extra fees. I would just set up a regular checking account. If you have a business credit card, you're going to pay that credit card out of this account. Now, if you're an agent and you say, wait, I'm a new agent, I don't have any business income yet, still set up the account. Reason why is you still have expenses. When you started taking real estate classes, you started expenses. So you're going to take money from your personal account, deposit it into that business account. In the business world, we call that capital, right? That is the money you're putting up for your business. And then all your business expenses you pay out of that. If you don't earn any commission checks in time and that account is getting back to 0, you need to put more capital in your business, right? It's very crucial to track that. Next step, track your expenses, right? This can be done manually. It can be done with an automated system. It does not have to be complicated. Some people like to put all their receipts in like a shoebox, right? As long as you're tracking them. What does that mean? You're sitting down. Recommendation is at least 1 time per month. There's 30 days in a month, just pick one. 1 time per month, look at your expenses. And in the beginning, it's pretty simple. There might be a couple of things, just know what you're spending your money on, right? And the best system is the one that you're going to use. Okay, so then the 3rd step, and this may not be super intuitive, and I say that because I've known a lot of real estate agents over my time here, and I've seen their track record. Here's the 3rd step. Set up another savings account. Anybody know what you're going to put in this savings account?
Money.
Except Barbara? Yay, I heard it over here. Taxes. Yes. So I'm going to put on my, I'm going to channel Chad here for a second. So when Chad and Andy first got into real estate, it was Andy that started. They came from a teaching background. Andy was a stay-at-home mom. She was a teacher previously. Then they had their son. She was a stay-at-home mom, and they were on a single teacher's income as a family, right? You do the math, you know what that's like, right? So then Andy starts earning some money in real estate and she's doing pretty well. And they are very, responsible with their money, and they're like, oh, this is great. And they're putting money in savings and they're feeling great. And then rolls around April 15th and they look at their tax bill. Now, thankfully, they had money in savings to cover it, but they didn't plan on that money going to taxes. So I'm telling you, as a real estate agent, set aside a separate account for taxes. In the very beginning, you could start with just 15% of your commission check. When it comes in off the top, put 15% in that account. Don't use it for anything other than taxes. And if you are an agent with some more income coming in, you need to visit with your CPA on how much that percentage needs to be, because it could be 25% or 35%. Right? Because the more money you make, the more the tax man's going to want to take. And as Jim Jacobus used to say, I hope I pay a lot in taxes because that means I'm making a lot of money. So anyways, those are my top 3 tips for starting a business, owning a business. And if you've been in it a while, these are still great things to do if you haven't already. So congratulations. Any questions? Kirk.
Talked about the introduction of capital.
You talked about the introduction of capital into that account. What about taking money out to pay yourself? What's the proper way to do that?
That's a great question. So if you have it you can have it at the same bank or at a different bank, but you are going to pay yourself. And I'm really glad you asked this, because I did want to mention, I told you I had an Aesop's fable prepared.
Yeah,
I did. Have you heard of the Aesop's fable about the golden goose?
Mhm.
Some people may not know this, and if you don't, it's okay, right? Story of this poor family, they have a goose, it like magically starts laying golden eggs, and all of a sudden they have money. They're like, oh, that's amazing. Well, they figure the goose is made of gold, so they go and they kill the goose looking for the gold. There's no gold inside, but guess what? It's not going to lay any more golden eggs. So when you go into your business, are you going to pull 100% out of your commission checks? Don't kill the golden goose, right? You need to leave some money in your business account to cover your future expenses, right? So you're going to pull out about 50 to 60% of your commission checks to pay yourself, and you can transfer it to your personal account, leave, 15% in your tax savings account, leave the rest of it in your account to cover your business expenses. Some of those are going to be current, some of those are going to be future, right? In a couple months, we got HAR dues coming up again, right? November, December. So we got to keep that in mind as a business owner, know those rhythms of your business. Does that help, Kirk?
Yeah, so there's no payroll tax on that, right? It's not considered salary to an employee.
That's correct, unless you are set up like that with your CPA, like an S corp. So you're a sole proprietor. The government, as far as they're concerned, it's all your money. This is just setting you up for success, structuring it this way. Yeah, cool.
Plus, it's
Great
an easy
question.
transition if you transition to a business, right? Because you're
It
already
does make
set
it
up
a
the
lot
system.
easier. Yes.
Kind
yes,
of
it
like
does.
our real estate model.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
All set. Thanks,
Yeah,
Krista. That
thanks.
was awesome. We probably have a whole team meeting on that. Awesome. What do we got going? Oh, I'm up. You got anything to add? Nope. All right. I will fill you guys in before we get to our main content. This week was, or is, I apologize, workshop week when it comes to the tech side, right? So we have had a couple of sessions the last couple of days. I do want to remind y'all to this evening at 5:30 or 6, 5:30, we're having the how to get paid. All right. Running how to, handle compliance and request your CDA for commissions. Okay. So that's this evening at 5:30. And then tomorrow morning, we're covering just the commissions requesting the CDA portion at 9:30. Okay. And then on Friday, we have 2 classes for you I know it's on a Friday, but we got a couple of classes for you. If you are interested in learning how to set up a Facebook business page, that is Friday morning. And then Friday afternoon, I'm going to sit here and talk about some of the other benefits you have and some of the tools that you have that Keller Williams provides, okay? Including our in-house mortgage lender, okay, Keller Mortgage, and our Keller Covered, our home owners marketplace, all right? If you have not heard of what that just went over your head and you're like, what the heck is that? Friday afternoon, okay? Join us in here at in the training room. There is not a Zoom link for it, okay? Because these are hands-on workshops. All right, awesome. Well, let's get rolling. All right. Oh my goodness. Come on up. Look at that. She's been waiting here for like 30 minutes to me finish this, Woo, save my skin, my dear. How are you? Good to see you. All right. You want to come on this side?
Yeah.
This is my better side. You don't have, every side is your better side. So we're good,
I'm
right?
just kidding.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. All right. So I have, we can call her the queen in our office of social media joining us because I wanted to talk about social media today. All right. So I'm going to make a bold statement out here. Okay. I believe in today's day and age, social media is for everyone. And I truly believe that for the survival of your business long-term, it's a necessity. Okay. Today, 100%. Now, the degree in which you're going to use it and your comfort level is entirely up to you. Okay. You can either, you can just post some special content, educating content, or you can live your life on social media, right?
Right.
And take benefits of that. And you can if you do it right, you can definitely reap the benefits. And that's some of the things that we're going to talk about today. And to help me talk about that is, of course, the one and only Joyce Castillo. Appreciate you
Thank
joining us.
you.
A little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to everybody that may not know you.
Okay, guys, so I'm Joyce Castillo. I've been a realtor for 4 years, same office. I am on social media. I don't know if you guys follow me or not, but on social media, you probably get to see 90% of my life. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, I'm on social media. Let's see, what else can I tell you about me? We were starting with who I
can actually
am.
tell you a
right?
lot because I follow her on social media.
So I've been a realtor for 4 years. I have a degree in international business. I went to UHD, graduated in 2008. No, not 2008, 2018, I believe. I'm a single mom. I have an 11-year-old daughter. She's here with us today. And then I have my niece with me today too. She's 7 years old. So that's why I was running a little
Starting them
late.
early, huh?
Yeah, and that's why
Smart.
I was running a little late,
That's okay.
But anyway, yeah, so that's me. What else do I say about
Well,
myself?
the funny thing is that she, I like to, maybe throw her under the bus a little bit. She scared the living bejesus out of me this weekend. Okay. Cause I reached out to her. I was like, okay, what am I going to do for team meeting this week? And I was like, oh, let me focus on social media. So I was like, well, who else? Let me get Joyce. I called Joyce. And immediately she says, yeah, I'll be there. I'm like, whoa, that was quick. She's usually not that quick. And then I'm like, all right, this is going to be great. And then what do I see this weekend? She's laying on South Beach in Miami. I'm like, so I let her have her weekend. And then yesterday morning or Monday morning, I'm messing, hey, team meeting on Wednesday, Joyce, 11 o'clock, right? She's like, yep, I'll be there, Nimesh. It's like, all right. And then I still see her in South Beach. And I'm like, oh God, I hope she doesn't
I was
give me.
like, so when he called me, we were like driving somewhere and I was trying to get him off the phone. Because realtors is like we're always
Most
working.
people are trying to get me off. The phone, that's okay.
Yeah, I was trying to get him off the phone, but I was like, by Wednesday I'll be home, so it's not a biggie, right? So he's like 11 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, but I think it was just too fast for you, right? Because usually I'm like,
Yep, busy woman, right?
But anyways, I made it, guys.
That's
I
awesome.
did
Appreciate you
break
being
like my toe, but I still made it
Yeah,
here.
that's dedication.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Let's start from the beginning a little bit. Let's talk about your journey in getting here. Okay. And I don't, not really the social media aspect of it, because I'm
Okay.
sure we're going to roll that in here in just a little bit, but just like when you got started.
When I got started.
Yeah. Like your journey to this point from when you started in real estate to now. Like, how was it at the beginning?
So I got my real estate license 4 years ago, obviously, right?
Mhm.
And for the first 6 months, it was, I think, July, from July all the way up until I think October. Yeah. So I was still working full time. I was still going to school full time. And then I started doing real estate. I've already done everything that I needed to do here. I was still enrolling classes. So I was coming here to classes, right? I was going to UHD, I would think it was my senior year. And then I was still working full time. And obviously I still had to be a mom, right? And it was like everything at once, but I still kept going. I'm like, I got this. Like it kept getting hard. And then like everyone kept telling me like, you're going to spend a lot of money before you actually get to make money. And I didn't understand that until I was actually there for like those couple of months. And then I got laid off in October, late October, I got laid off, which was in my head, like the best thing that could have happened to me. Right. And so yeah, so from October all the way up until like January, I think I only had one lease. So I only did one lease. And then I was sitting here like wondering, like, what am I going to do? How do I do it? Like, where do I make money? But I was still coming to all the classes, right? And so then I met Yana. She saw me sitting here. Yana used to be our productivity coach here. And she saw me here. She's like, what are you doing? How are you making money? How are you getting your leads? And I was like, I'm just like coming to classes. I'm not doing anything else. And she's like, well, let's make a plan. And so we sat down and we came up with a plan. And we said for the next 90 days, we're going to focus on open houses, right? Find the one thing that you like. She gave me 1 week. She said, find the one thing that you like and that you're good at and that you want to do a lot of. And so I went and I did cold calling. I did door knocking. I did open houses. I was doing sending letters, sending cards, reaching out to people, to my sphere of influence. And I wasn't getting anything. And then I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just try the open houses. Let's just go for it. So then we came up with the plan that I would do 4 open houses every weekend. So Saturday I would do 2, and then Sunday I would do 2, right? And so this is what we started doing. So the whole week I would plan for my open houses. I would still door knock. I would still send flyers. Like me and my daughter would do the flyers. We would pull up earlier to like drop off our open house signs, and then just keep going, right? So that was a routine. So the first open house that I went to, I sold it. And it was a 45-minute drive. So it was all the way in Magnolia, Texas. It was like a Saturday and a Sunday. And I did the same open house at that time. I think it was like from 12 to 2 or from 2 to 4. It was like crowded. It was a whole bunch of people. And then this one lady walked in that Sunday and she's like, I really like it. I don't know yet. And, I had to kind of ask questions. I'm like, do you have a realtor? She's like, no. And I'm like, all right, she's going to be my client. So then she's like, I'm doing a cash. I'm buying cash. So then I'm like, okay. So she left. I gave her time to like look around and do whatever she had to do. And then more people came in and they were like, we have realtors. So I'll just let my realtor know to submit an offer. And then I'm like, let me call the girl. Her name was Tiffany. I still remember her name. And I was like, Tiffany, they just came, they're gonna submit another offer, just calling to let you know, giving you a heads up just to see if you want to submit an offer. Cause I'm like, I'm hungry, like I need money and I'm like here and she likes it. So let me call her. And she's like, yeah, let's meet up. Like, where do we meet up so we can submit an offer? So we submitted an offer, got accepted the next day, and I closed her in 2 weeks. So
That's awesome.
after I got that first check, I'm like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I don't care if I gotta do it every weekend, like this is what I'm gonna do. And that is exactly what I did for the next 6 months. I did open houses every weekend and I would sell 1 out of 3 houses. So,
Dang, what a
yeah.
conversion rate.
so yeah,
Typical open house conversion rate's about 1 to 2%, and you were knocking 30%.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was
Pretty impressive.
because obviously I had my first check and I'm like, this is all I have to make the best out of it, right? And so I would be like very pushy. I'm still very pushy, but I was pushier back then. So yeah, that's how it started. And then from there, it just took off. And then, some people kind of want to see like, what are you about? Like, are you even selling to anybody else? Because your family and your friends are like, oh, she just started. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Mhm.
But once they see you closing all these deals, they're like, oh, she's doing something right, So that's what I did.
That's
And
awesome.
I did that for a whole year, I think. And then I would get more people from the open houses.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. And then, of course, why everybody is tuning in today is for social media, right? So let's talk about social media for a second. All right. So why social media today? The numbers prove it. Okay. Was it 57% of the world is on social media? Okay. So basically 9 out of every 10 internet users are on social media. Okay. So it shows it right here. There's 4.5 billion users on social media, and they use it on an average of 2.5 hours a day. Okay. 2.5 hours of their waking time. All right. 99% of users utilize it through their mobile phone. Okay. And we have social media usage is growing at an average of 13% a year. Okay. Year over year. Those are incredible numbers. And that's why I believe it's totally vital for you to utilize it in today's day and age. All right. So when we come to this darling here, right? This was very powerful that I found on your post. Okay.
Mhm.
If you have Instagram and you aren't yet following me, this is your reminder that you probably should start. All right. Take a daily look at what it takes to run a multi-million-dollar business, be a present mom, run a house, and still maintain a healthy and social life.
Sounds like me.
Well, oh, did you hire somebody to write that? You write it
No,
yourself?
I
Well,
write it
then
all by
that's
myself.
why. All right. So let's start. We were talking about from the beginning. Let's get into how what made you really start focusing on social media at the beginning? And did you have any apprehension or any challenges?
I did. I actually didn't want to. So this is you got this from Facebook,
I
right?
did.
Okay, so there are different platforms, right, where you can market your business. You have Facebook, you have.
Save that for later. Keep
Okay. Anyways, all right. So I have Facebook and I have the Instagram. What did you ask me?
How was it at the beginning? Did you face any
Okay,
challenges
I
starting
did.
into
I did face
why did you
challenges.
think of getting into social media and focusing on that? And did you have any challenges or any apprehension? Were you scared to really dive into putting your life out there?
I did. I didn't want to do the Instagram thing because I thought it was like, nah, I just stick to Facebook because everyone's here, friends and family, and I don't have to do the Instagram post. But then I started looking at it more and more. And then I'm like, yo, everyone's advertising their business on here and people are actually buying stuff because I was one of the people one of the persons that was buying stuff. And I'm like, why am I not on here? And I'm like, all right, let me just start. And so then I started sharing a little by little. And then I started noticing all these people that I didn't know will like randomly send me messages or like post comments. And I'm like, okay, this is it. Like, this is where I belong. Like, this is my niche, right? So from all the social platforms, Instagram is my thing, right?
Yeah. All right. So let's stick to that for just a second. So how did you exactly figure out that what's working for you?
Because of my conversion rate.
Okay.
So
so you started pulling clients from Instagram.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes.
Clients you've never met,
people I've never met, people from everywhere, from California, from Amsterdam, from like Dubai, like from everywhere. Okay. So they'll be like, oh yeah, I love your feed. I love this and that. I'm trying to invest in Houston or real estate and this and that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, and so then I started gaining clients from there. And so the more people and the more attention I was getting, I was like, all right, I got to post more. I got to post more. And then I follow people that actually have like over 1 million followers. Right. And so they tell you advertise your business. Like, don't get tired. Right. Because somebody else is like going to advertise and they're going to sell something. And so my conversion rate is like 60%. Like people actually
yeah.
do call me, people that I never met.
Sure.
So it's amazing, right? I mean, it's
So
what it is.
how do you get people that never met you or don't even know you personally yet? I'm sure they feel like they know you personally, right? But they don't actually know you. How do you get them to reach out to you? Like what works?
What works? Just being authentic, just
But
being
how do they
yourself.
find you?
I don't,
Hashtags?
I mean, hashtags is a way that they can find me, but they find me through other people. Usually they're like,
Ah,
oh,
okay.
such and such follows you. And then we have mutual people that follow
Oh,
each
so
other.
dominoes like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then that's what they usually tell me. They're like, oh, I found you through such and such. And I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. And then I know you're like people that don't know you, but people actually feel that they do know me because of everything that I post, right?
Mhm.
Even though it just kind of goes back to the thing where they always tell you people will do business with the people that they like. So
Mm-hmm.
they feel like they like you, they feel like they know you, they're gonna give you their business because they're like, I trust her. She's gonna do good by me. Like she's done this and she's done that. She's gonna do a good job, right?
Sure.
Whereas if all you're doing is being robotic and just posting open house, open house, open house, or you're just like, I'm a realtor, buy me, buy this, buy that. I don't want to buy from you. You
Sure.
haven't shown me who you are. Like, who are you? Where'd you come from? What you do? What are your achievements? What do you promise me in return for my business?
Sure.
So I try to
Makes
give
sense.
them as much information as I can.
Yeah, and be personable, right? You
Yeah, be
want them to
personable, yeah.
you want them to feel like they know you as a person,
Right.
right? And you're
Yes.
relatable is the
Right.
key.
Yeah, like I want them to feel like, okay, she's down to earth, she's doing this, she's doing that, just like anybody else. Like even when I have struggles or whatnot, I post my struggles on there, like, oh, such and such happened and this and that happened. So I'm very open, not as open as people would really think, but I am maybe like 40% open.
Okay, well, that's good. But people think you're 100% open,
Right.
right?
People
Like
think I'm
on-
100% open.
Sure.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
so that's pretty key right there.
It is.
Yeah.
So it's like I post all the good things that happen in my life. I don't post the downfalls because I'm always thinking like, why do people want to know how bad I'm doing or how bad this is going? Because that's not what you're logging in for. You're logging in to have a good time, to smile, to like, I try to motivate as much as I can. Even when I'm at my darkest points, you will never see that. Like I'm always smiling. I'm always posting something motivational, and people think some people don't like it. Some people like it, and some people feel like, oh, she's just posting this or she's whatever. But sometimes I post that for me. Like sometimes I need to hear that. I need to see that for me.
Okay, can I be completely honest?
What?
When you like squat 200 pounds, that doesn't motivate me. That depresses me. But
That's
fine.
amazing. I motivate other people.
That's awesome. I'm just messing around. That's okay. Have you done anything on social media, had an experiment or tried something that ended up being negative or you felt like did not work at all?
Negative or didn't work at all. I'm trying to think. Oh, not really.
Nothing you
I mean,
posted was
except
like-
whenever I'm trying to like post like like a cute picture or like it's kind of showing too much. And then I got my brother on there. He's like, that's too much. You got to delete that. You're showing too much. You're too so the thing is like you're too professional to post in bikinis. You're too professional to post that you're having a drink. You shouldn't post that. You have an image. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm normal like everybody else.
Mhm.
I work out, I work, I take care of my kid, I take care of the people around me, my community, I help everyone. Why can't I have a drink? Like this is normal, right?
Mhm.
And if I have 3 or 4 or 5, then it should be okay. I already worked out, like it should be fine.
Do you post 3 or 4 or 5?
Not really,
Yeah.
but I mean, y'all get to see like 2 or 3,
Yeah, right.
But when I go out, I like to have a good time and
Sure.
enjoy myself, right?
Sure,
So
sure.
yeah.
No, that's fair enough. Does your brother get paid as your business manager?
No,
Or
he doesn't. But people need to like get in their head, like, you can be professional and you can still have, your life. You can still go to the beach and post in a bikini. Why not?
Sure. I'm gonna
You
do
know?
that next week. Watch. I'll just watch. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Let's talk about your specific business and the numbers a little bit, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. So social media's impact on your business. Obviously, we've seen it. Actually, my first, recollection of you, I was probably a few months in the office, team meeting just like this, and it was probably your first team meeting.
And
it
you were,
was-
and you kind of like boobered on me. You were like, you post too much. Didn't you
No.
say something like that? What did you say?
No,
Come on,
I
tell me
didn't.
what you
That
said.
was a team meeting later. Okay.
Oh, okay,
But
go ahead.
no, this is like, I wasn't speaking up yet at this point. I was just sitting out here.
Mhm.
But you were highlighted because you had 7 listings in 1 month. I
Mhm.
don't know if you remember that from a couple of 3 years ago.
That's normal for me.
Yeah. Now it is. Yeah. Back then it was like the first time. Right. So I want to talk about just social media's impact on your business, the growth you've seen, just how, what's the percentage? I know the answer because I heard you say it before, but what's the percentage of your business that pulls directly from social media?
It's like 60%.
Okay.
Like generally, like people I never met or people that know somebody, they come and talk to me. And even people that are looking to get their real estate license, like I probably get 3 to 5 a week. And they're like, what do I do? How should I do it? And I talk to all of them like, hey, come to Keller Williams, like come to our office, like, interview as many offices as you need to interview so you can make.
What?
And I mean, that's what I gotta be honest. I'm not gonna lie
Who's
to
coaching
them,
her?
right?
Somebody coaching her? Like
But
one
I
office and
always
one
tell
office
them
only.
our
Yeah.
office is the best office, right? And so,
Okay.
but some people live far. There's some people in Deer Park.
That's
and all-
okay. We got people coming from like 290 and no, I'm just kidding. We do, but all right. So a little bit. Okay. So let's dive a little deeper into that. I know, come on, dig in. I know you can dig in.
Okay.
Just the impact on social media on your business, like literally, like what has,
Okay, so it's amazing. It's not, I don't just get the business. I have amazing friendships that came
Okay.
from social media. I have people that I've never met. We go out to lunch, we network. I do a lot of networking on social media as well.
Okay.
And so it's a lot about the people that you get to meet, right? The opportunities that they have to offer you. Like you get to meet people from title companies, you get to meet people that are inspectors. What else is in real? I mean, there's
sure,
a lot.
allied resources.
Yes, you get to,
Sure.
I want to learn more about flipping houses. Like, how can I buy? How can I flip? And how can I sell it again? There's hard money lenders that, regular lenders can't give you access to this. They can close you in 2 days. Like it's like, I've made amazing friendships. So above
Awesome.
all, it's like, I do make money from social media, but the friendships and relationships that I'm able to build, those are like huge, I get to
Mhm.
meet all these people. What else do they, I mean, they get to help you, whatever you need, they're there to help you, So I will say that social media is, like I said, 60%, it makes me money. It's amazing. The relationships that I build, I get to travel and go somewhere else to another state,
Mhm.
and I get to meet other realtors and we get to talk about their market, how they're doing,
That's
maybe
awesome.
sometimes they want to invest here, or maybe I want to
Mhm.
invest over there,
Or just referral partnership.
referral partnership, correct. And
Mhm.
so like 2 weeks ago, I met this guy and he was like, oh, I'm in real estate too. And so he's in real estate all the way in Cancun. So he's like, let
Okay.
me know whenever you want to come out. Like we have this, we have that. So those are like great
Awesome.
relationships,
That's awesome. And I'm going to assume that you've already seen like a repeat business. Like these are clients for life now, even though you never met them initially.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, and so people will like, they're just like randomly know what I do for like, it's a word of mouth thing
Mhm.
too.
It
Like
is.
I
Real
work
estate
with
is.
you and then you go back and you tell your sister, your cousin, they're like, oh, she's awesome. I know somebody, even though they don't know me, they feel like they know me because you gave a good word for me, right?
Mhm.
And so that's how social media works, is a good word. You just, do a good job.
That's awesome. All right. Let's get to the platforms now, because you were starting that. All right.
Okay.
So there's a lot of platforms. So where should you focus on? Well, first and foremost, you should find what works for you. Okay. But what's super popular out there, right? So let me just come back over here. I know some, those of you on Zoom may not be able to see it, but it's also on the chart that you see on your screen. All right. So what are some of the different platforms that are super popular in the United States, right? What works for us? Well, first and foremost, Facebook is king. Okay. Why is Facebook king? Because if you look on this list right here, you have Facebook, then YouTube is second in usage. Then you have WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook Messenger. Okay. So out of the top 5, 4 belong to whom? Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 belong to Facebook and YouTube is owned by Google. Okay. So that's why Facebook is king. The reason why we try to focus a little bit on Facebook, especially when it's targeting advertisements and stuff like that in real estate, is because of the age demographic. All right. It's typically known that, how should I put this lightly, slightly more mature audience.
Isn't it like females?
The oldies.
The oldies. All right, Joyce. Joyce said it, not me. All right. The oldies use Facebook a little more than, say Instagram or what, Snapchat. No, let's see, it's that. I don't even know some of them, like straight off the roll off the tongue. Snapchat and stuff like that. You can say statistically that may be a better feeding ground for a potential homeowner. Okay. But that's not the only place, clearly. Right. So, Facebook. So we have Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, of course, TikTok. Although I haven't started using it. You using TikTok yet?
I just started. TikTok's about to go up there because
Okay.
it's
All right.
really
So you
good.
can say that. Let's talk about that in a second. Snapchat, Pinterest seems to be pretty popular. And then of course, Twitter for, sharing news and information. All right, so we already know that Instagram works for you,
Yes.
right? And so what else? So you want to talk about TikTok a little bit?
Yeah,
and
so
stuff?
I do a lot of Instagram, obviously, it's like my number one thing. And then it'll like copy and paste into Facebook, a couple of the
Sure.
things, not everything, because also you don't want to like sabotage your audience with the same thing in every platform, right? So Instagram
advice.
is my number one thing, and I post motivation. I post on Instagram all day, like literally. If you go on there right now, my last post was probably an hour ago. But I post on there all day on the stories is what I'm saying. So on the stories, I post all day. My stories from Instagram are attached to my Facebook and my Facebook stories. So then you can see me on both. And then the second one, I guess, will be Facebook. I post a lot on Facebook too. But like I said, Facebook's a little bit more for like the older audience, which is a good audience too. But I choose Instagram as my one thing, right? And then YouTube is something that I just started working on, but YouTube is going to be more of a life in my day, right? So like I told you, people don't just want to see you selling houses and see you being a realtor. They want to see you. What do you do? What do you like? And so I share on YouTube, I'll be sharing different businesses around the Houston area, female-owned businesses to
that's
begin with, right? And so I will start with that on YouTube. And then we have TikTok. I just started using the TikTok and I thought like, dude, I suck. Like I only have two like dance moves that I do, and then that's it, right? And I'm like, I can't do that. Like
One is
that's
the glass in the hand.
yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
sorry,
And then the
sorry.
other one's
Sorry,
like,
sorry.
so I'm like, it's not gonna work for me. But I met with the credit specialist and she's like, we should definitely do a TikTok together. It's gonna work. I definitely see you doing this TikTok. And I'm like, all right, come on, let's do it. Within like 30 minutes, I have 1,400 views. So I'm like, okay, this
That
works. All right, that works. So I'm like, all right, now we're gonna work on TikTok. And so that's gonna be maybe like my third thing to do is like the TikTok, because it's like the newest thing coming out. So
Sure, yeah.
so it's a lot of
Until the
things.
kids start telling you to get off it.
Yeah, my kid is like a TikToker. And so she's like, Mom, you don't even look right doing that. I'm like, hey, this works. But like I said, you have to like share different kind of things on, on your Facebook, on your YouTube, on Instagram, just basically getting them to know you. What is that 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
It's like 80% of you and then 20% of your business, right?
Right.
And so
yeah.
that's what I try to do. What
Okay.
else?
That's
And
all
I
was
also
gonna
try to
ask you.
talk a lot on my posts. I actually like to talk a lot about what I did for my client.
Okay.
Right. And so I'm not just like, congratulations, I just closed a new deal, or hey, I just got a new check. Like it's never about that, right? It's always about like, hey, we went through such and such hurdles to get here, but we made it. And I'm so happy for them because I genuinely care about my clients, right? And so I kind of talk about their stories on my Instagram posts. And
Okay.
obviously I get permission, right? And they're
Sure.
like, yeah, sure.
What about
go for it.
educational material, like real estate education?
I haven't really been posting educational material, but that is coming because I'm doing a YouTube channel.
Okay.
So there's another thing coming up on Instagram that is called the Reels. Is that what it is? The Reels?
Yeah, Reels is like, it's essentially like.
So Reels is kind of like a
TikTok
TikTok
for
kind of thing,
Instagram, yeah.
but they work. And so that's the other thing, like, and so on the video part with my videos that I have coming up, it's like 59 seconds and I cut it because
Okay.
you can only get people's attention for 59 seconds.
Sure.
And so that's how my new material is going to start coming out with informational stuff about buying a house. Because I just had a friend told me, oh, I was on TikTok and they were giving us like very informational stuff about buying houses, like the 5 things you should know, this and that. And I'm like, you could just ask me. I could just give you that. Like, why you have to look at TikTok? And she said, well, you're on vacation. I'm like, okay. And I was like, well, then that means that I need to be doing that too.
See, exactly.
So,
It's a great
yeah.
advice, right? We talk about it time and time again. If you're not top of mind, doesn't matter who knows you, if they're previous clients, they're your relative, it can still slip through the cracks.
Yes.
Just like this,
Just
right?
like this,
Could have been
right.
deadly.
Or sometimes they just choose not to do business with you, and that's all right.
Sure,
You
it is
know?
all right. On to the next one.
So that's what I tell people too, because they're always like, oh, well, there's a lot of realtors. Or when I first started my business, like, there's a lot of realtors. Why you want to do real estate? Like, you should just do something else. You just got your degree. Like, you do something else. I was like, I want to do real estate. So I was like adamant about it. And then I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of realtors, but not every realtor is like me. So I'm bringing something different. And that's how you should think as yourself. Like, I have something different that nobody else has. Well, what do I have to offer? And then you go based on what do you have to offer? Okay, well, May. So my thing is like, I'm going to negotiate. I'm going to negotiate everything. The last penny, I'm going to do it. So that's me. That's my one thing, right? that I can give you. If you accept me as your realtor, that's what I can give you. You can probably give them something else. You can say, hey, look, I am an expert in the Sugar Land area. Anything in Sugar Land, I got you. Whatever you need, or whatever it is that it's your one thing. That's what I always tell everybody.
Just don't give them 1%.
Oh yeah, don't. So yeah, no, don't do that.
All right, now you beat me to the punch, but just any other advice for everybody out here that's, picking your brain,
I would just say,
especially ones that are like looking to start really making an impact.
okay, I
Like
would
their
just
new one.
say, what can I say? What can I do? What do I tell everyone? If you're like brand new and you're fresh, like learn your materials, learn your contracts. Like, so whenever you do get that lease, or when you get that new client, or you get that new listing, you're not like, oh, Nimesh, like, what do I do? Oh my God, I have a new client. I have to do this. Well, where were you at when we were hosting all these classes? Like, this is why we host classes. This is why there's information for you to know all your stuff. And once you have everything ready, I think like most people are scared to go out there and dive into like getting work or business just because you don't know what you're doing, right? But once you know your materials, like, I'm not scared of nothing. Like, if you tell me like, hey, I got this and that, even if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm like, all right, come on, let's go. I'm going to do it. Right. And then I'll figure it out later. So that's something you can do. But another thing is, find the one thing that you're good at. Like I said, whether it's open houses, door knocking, cold calling, just figure out what it is that you like and do it a lot. And then just like kind of play with everything, right? It's your time to like, like call everyone, figure out what you're good at, be pushy, I guess, a little bit, not a lot.
Maybe a
Let's
little
see
bit.
what else.
Yeah,
Social media, you definitely have to do it. Like, even if you don't know what you're doing, man, just do it. Like, just post whatever you need to post, and then let them tell you they don't like it.
Okay.
Watch your likes, watch how many people skip through your stuff, watch how many people save your stuff. And then, okay, but people don't like me posting about this. All right, well, we're not going to do this. Okay, well, people like this one. All right, come on, we're going to do this. And then do it a lot,
That's awesome.
because if you're not doing it, I'm doing it, and I'm doing a lot of it. So,
So yeah. Okay, so is there, now Audra alluded to this a little bit last week too, is there, bare minimum, do you feel like there's a threshold that you should be hitting every, let's say, like a posting material?
Oh yeah, I do 2 to 3 posts a week. And I feel like that's not enough. I feel like I should be posting every
Like
day.
2 to 3, you do post every day.
No, on my stories, but not on my actual feed.
Oh,
How are you?
Okay, just general.
I'm not gonna eat lunch today, so.
Right. But anyways, guys, you have to get into social media, whatever it is that you do, whether it's YouTube or it's Facebook or whatever it is. Like, go home and like do some research, watch YouTube videos, because that's what I did a lot too,
Okay.
right? And then I will look at everyone, like what they do, like it's just like, I don't know what else to say, but
No, that's
I'm
awesome.
just saying,
Appreciate it.
just do whatever you choose to do, just do the best that you can, and then the business will just come.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. What's that?
Be authentic.
Oh,
Yeah, be
authentic.
yourself. Like I said, whatever it is that you like to do. So my things that I like to do and I share a lot of, it's working out. I work out 6 times a week. You're going to see me working out all the time. And you guys don't rely on me posting my my watch thing, but I post it all the time because I'm like, somebody out there needs this motivation. Like, get up, come on, work out with me, do something. And you'll be surprised at how many people like reply like, oh my God, I can't believe you worked out. Oh, I just got up just because I saw your post. So it's like, you're motivating somebody else. So I post a lot about workouts. I post a lot of food. I'm a foodie. I love to eat good food, right? So I post a lot of that. I love to cook. So you get to see me cooking. What else?
Is that something new? Just out of curiosity, the cooking thing? or
No,
you've
I
been-
have always loved to cook,
Okay, cool.
but I go out to eat a lot more than I cook. So I probably eat out like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. But I love to cook though. I love to cook.
That's awesome. And the thing is to add to that is it motivates you too, right? Like
Right.
you're motivating somebody else, but when they come back to you and say something like that, it motivates you just to be better and do more, right?
Correct. Yeah, it does. So I'm like, all right, well then let me keep going. If obviously they like it, so let me keep doing it. So yeah, I motivate them, but essentially they motivate me too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, before we start moving on, is there any questions for Joyce? Okay, we got one right here in the house, Tasha. No, it's for everybody else online. They can hear you. Yeah.
I just want to say, I stalked Joyce's page. She inspired me to get more active on social media. I was a scary person. It's like, oh, I'm so private. And I started following her and she got me totally motivated. I'm not a new agent, but I advise everybody to follow her and you will be inspired. I'm in her story. She's the first person that I look at in the morning on social media, and her stories are amazing. So she's inspired me to kind of post more and get more into it. So you guys definitely need
And
to
you've been
follow
doing
her.
it and it's been working.
She
right?
has
Yeah.
been doing it. And I
Yeah.
told her, I was like,
Yeah.
this is amazing. This is good. It's good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do tell her
So
that.
she's definitely, so everybody should follow her.
Mhm.
She's
Thank you.
You should check out Tasha Hippolyte as well. That's for sure.
So I'm basically gonna second what Tasha was saying. I'm Nimesh's assistant. You were one of the first that I kind of came across in the office on social media. And when I first started talking with Nimesh and joining Kim and things like that, I brought you up because I didn't have a business page or anything like that. So he encouraged me to do that. And I brought up, I was like, you know what, kind of the same thing. I was like, I don't really put a lot on social media, especially as far as work, because just like you said, I was hesitant because, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm kind of scared and things like that. So, but when I started seeing you, I'm also a single mom. And I told him, I was like, it's just so inspirational, kind of just seeing her journey and where she started. I was like, if she can do it, like, oh, I got
Anybody
this.
can do it. Yes.
Exactly. So just like I said, I wanted to second what she was saying. So keep it up. Like,
Thank you so much.
yeah.
Yeah. Anybody online? Any questions for Joyce?
I have a question.
What?
So were you scared about not having your account like Facebook, Instagram, private? Or just, open?
That's a good question. Was I? So yes, essentially when you convert your Instagram page into a business page, you cannot have it private. And I think that's the best thing because you don't want to be private. You want people to see you. You want people that don't know you to see you because even before they follow you, they're watching you. Right. So my Facebook, my personal Facebook is private though, because that's where I have like all my family, all my friends. And that is where I post on my personal Facebook. I do post a lot of like meaningless stuff because it's like my family and my friends, but I do post a little bit. I don't post a lot though on there. So my personal Facebook is private. My business Facebook is open. And then I'm going to say another thing to that. I know a lot of people have been telling, and a lot of people started telling me at first, you shouldn't have a personal and a business account together. You should have it separate. You should have it separate. And I'm like, no, why? I want it all together. I want people to know me. I don't have nothing to hide. I want people to relate. So just how they said, it's inspiring to watch. It's a lot of things that I've been through as a single mom. And I share my stories. Like like I said, people know like 40% about me. But essentially, once I'm done with the bump, I share it back to you guys. So it's not like I'm going through a dark moment and I never share it back. I share back the things once I've completely healed from certain things, right? Like right now is like I have a daughter, she's 11, going into teenage, right?
Preteen years, yeah.
The preteen years. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, where is she? What is she doing? What, she doesn't want to spend time with me. She's sleeping in her room. And then I'm like crying and I'm like calling all the best therapists in Houston because I need help. She doesn't want to sleep with me. She doesn't want to watch TV with me. She doesn't want to cook with me. She won't do nothing. So I'm like, here I am, well, I'll share a little bit. It's like, she's going through a lot of things emotionally and obviously out here. And then, with the schools not being open,
Sure.
It was like she was going into like a very dark place in her life and she was going through depression. And here I am running a multi-million-dollar business with like a whole bunch of money, but I'm like losing my kid because I don't know where she's going, what's going on.
Yeah.
And so that recently just happened. So I'll share that back in my Instagram whenever I'm ready to share it. But it's like, it's a lot of things. And then you can relate to other people or you can help them, and like motivate them and tell them like, hey, you're not alone. Like that happened to me and you'll be okay.
That's
So,
awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Do
Well,
you
I
take
pre-
your own photos? Do you-
No and yes. So when I'm on vacation, yeah, obviously my friends take pictures for me or whatnot, but I do professional pictures like the one
Sorry, I
he
took
had
it off,
earlier.
yeah.
Those are professional pictures and I'll share my photographer with you guys. She's one of my really good friends. She has a studio and she can also come out and take pictures. I think professional pictures are a must. Nobody wants to see like those ugly, like shady pictures and stuff. So professional pictures are great. You should definitely do that. If you're going to be doing social media, professional pictures are good. Professional videos are good too. And we have Home USA who does a lot of my videos. They're lenders here and they'll come out and shoot a video with you.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Well, I definitely want to thank you for sharing that. You're keeping it in the family here and sharing that. That's pretty powerful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Can we have our
Relevant follower count? That's kind of what I've always struggled with is, I don't feel like the right strategy is just to go out and just randomly follow people you don't know, but was there a strategy you had at the beginning? Like, who do I need to follow that will kind of yield the most visibility for me so people can see what my story and all that?
so I probably have about 6,800 followers right now, and I follow maybe 8 or 1,000 people. So I'm not the one following them, they're following me. But the people that I do follow are educational people and people that I look up to. So the people that I look up to and the people that are in real estate business, I'm watching what they're doing, and then I'm coming to do the same thing you're doing, but in my way. if that makes any sense. So you could go out there and follow the people that you feel like, oh, hey, like you can learn from. So don't follow them for them to follow you back, but essentially follow them so you can learn from them and start doing what they're doing, and then people will come to you.
It's pretty good. All right, I think there's
Can
one
we
last one
have-
online.
Yes, can we have your IG and Facebook?
Yes, it is. Nimesh, do you have a little PowerPoint that you make something?
Way to call me out on that. Yeah. All right, what is it?
It is the Texas Real Estate Agent.
I should have known that.
It's a little
What
long,
is it
but
again? The Texas, right?
THE.
Yeah, it's right there.
Did you put it on there? Texas Real Estate Agent.
That's it, right?
Yeah, I should be that on both Facebook and Instagram. And then on TikTok is the Texas Realtor, DA,
Oh, and that's on what again?
TikTok.
TikTok. Oh. What'd you say it was? The DA?
DATX Realtor.
All right, there we go. All right, well, I appreciate you.
Thank
That was
you.
awesome. Super
Thank you.
powerful. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you
Awesome.
guys for having me. And let's get up there. I want everybody to do social media. I want the office to be able to do more social media. Like that's my one thing. Like every time you guys post something, I'm like, oh yay, repost, you know? So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Joyce. Let's give her a hand, guys.
Thank you guys.
Awesome. That was awesome. You know,
That's it.
there are tools. Yeah, you're good.
Thank
All right, thanks. All right, there are tools out there all over the place on the internet that gives you content to share. Okay. One of those places is Reminder Media. They have a bunch of content, whether it's in print or social media. They work with a handful of agents in this office, partnering with them to provide certain material. So they've actually joined us today, I believe, to just talk about what they offer for just a couple of minutes. Okay, so just give, are they on here already? They should
Yes,
be.
I am on here. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, let me just see if I can get you on the screen.
Awesome.
Yeah,
And you
can-
know what? I'm going to share my screen as well,
Oh,
so
I
you
would-
guys
okay,
can have
I
some
would say
visuals.
Allow that.
Okay. Well, while you're getting it ready, I can already
Yeah, you
kind of
can
start
start
talking.
talking.
Yeah. Well, first of all, just really appreciate you guys having me here. And I'm really glad that I was actually able to be on for those last few minutes and kind of see, what you guys were just talking about, because absolutely we're in line with everything that you guys are saying, and we can help you, just like, again, while we're getting ready, one good example is like a big struggle that agents and really all professionals have is
Also, you can share, buddy.
Okay, awesome, thanks. A big struggle that a lot of agents have is like, what do I post, right? What do I post? And I think she did a great job at explaining like what to post, but also going back to that 80-20 rule that she mentioned, like, and we follow that. It's, 80% non-business related, 20% business related. We are the company that focuses on the non-business related content that is still, relevant and still exciting and interesting, right? So I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to skip around it. I know it shows like this slideshow. I'm really going to skip around just to more show you the visuals. But I do want to let you know we have physical products and we have some digital products. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown on our physical products, and then I'll go right into the digital products as well. And then if you guys have more questions at the end, I'm more than happy to kind of answer questions and go into more details. But just for the sake, I don't want to overstep my time here with you guys, so I'll be kind of quick. The name of the webinar itself is called Stop Missing and Start Connecting. And again, that really goes on what we do as a company at the core, which is we help you stay connected with your relationships with people that you already know to continue to get business and get referrals and repeat transactions. A big mishap with real estate agents, unfortunately, is they think about their friends and family when they first get in the business, and they're like, okay, yeah, I know my friends and family, but they're not looking to move, so I don't have to worry about them. I'm now going to go and try and find people that are looking to move. When statistically, everybody knows 3 to 5 people a year that are looking to move. So our whole thing is, well, wait a second, don't just throw out the friends and family because they're not looking to move, till 5-10 years. They're going to know 3 to 5 people every single year that are looking to move each. And that's where a lot of agents, unfortunately, again, don't target that. So they're not receiving these referrals. And again, the hardest thing is if you know that person is not looking to move, what do you send them? Because why you don't want to send them real estate information. They're going to go, look, I already told you I'm not looking to move. Why are you sending me a market trend? I'm not selling the house, So that's where we really come in. and again, I'm going to kind of skip around, but to get to the main physical product that we have here is we have these magazines. So we have American Lifestyle magazine, we have Start Healthy magazine, and we have Good to Be Home. So basically, I'll explain American Lifestyle, and then I'll explain the differences with the other two. And then again, I'll talk about the digital items. But American Lifestyle magazine, it's 48 pages long. We write all the content, and then we brand you 6 times on this magazine. You're branded on the outside front cover, the inside front cover. You're on the back covers, outside and inside, and the 2 tear out cards that are in the magazines. There is nobody else in this magazine. There is no ads in there. It's literally just content and then you. So we have 3 magazines, and the whole reason for the 3 different ones is 3 different types of content you get to choose from. American Lifestyle is more generic. It's more recipes, leisure, art, design, stuff like that. We have Start Healthy, which is more health and wellness related articles. And then we have Good to Be Home, that is geared more towards the real estate industry. It's brand new, it's just like a few months old. Where Good to Be Home is more about things to do to the home improvement, interior design, gardening tips, things of that nature. So again, we write the content, you send us the photos, we put you all over it, and then you would give us the address as we'd mail it directly to those people for you. And again, the whole idea is they're going to hang on to it, whether they're looking to move or not. And then they're going to know somebody else that is looking to move. A quick side note is every year we do a special edition, charity edition mailer. We are now moving into our charity edition, which is our pink edition for breast cancer awareness. So I know this is just showing like one of the covers, but we have about 20 different covers on each issue. And we will have some of these pink themed covers for breast cancer awareness. If you choose to participate, we'll actually, if you choose one of those covers, we'll donate to this organization called Share that of course helps with breast cancer awareness. So again, I don't want to go into too much detail, but I did want to at least let you know about these. What we're seeing work well is the physical magazines, or for the top A-list, top 50 people that know you, like you, and that's who you want to target with this, because you're going to be spending a little bit more money than like a social media post, right? So that's who you want to target with this. Now, I'm going to kind of skip here to get to the actual social media, the digital items that we have, because this goes perfectly in line with what you guys were just talking about. We have 3 digital products. They're all like optional to add on. So what most people do is, again, they do the physical magazine for like a top A-list, and then they're using the digital products for the hundreds and thousands of people that they have this online presence with. So the 3 items are local events. It's like an email newsletter. It pulls local content from your area and sends it out to your database through an email. So it lets them know what's going on in the area, upcoming events and stuff like that, which everyone seems to really enjoy. We have a digital edition of the magazine. So just like what it sounds like, we have the physical magazine and we have a digital version as well that you can share through social media and through email. And then we have branded posts. Now, branded posts, that is in my opinion, the best out of these 3, because that's the solution to what do I post, right? So branded posts, it gives you access to a library that we have of like thousands. I think it's 3,500 or more recipes, articles, do-it-yourself tips, really nice like online articles. And what you could do is you can go on there, you can search whichever category you want, and you can read the articles, and then you click where you want it to share. And you can literally share it to all of your social media accounts with a couple clicks of a button. Now, here's the key. Instead of it just you being sharing one of our random articles, what branded post means is that your picture and information are branded in the actual article. So if you pick the salmon recipe, right, and you share that on Facebook, when someone actually clicks on the recipe and they're reading the recipe, your picture and information are literally to the right side with your phone number, your email address. There's a button in there that they could even click to fill out a form to reach out to you. And the reason that that's important is because if you share a nice recipe on Facebook, let's say, and one of your friends loves it and shares it to their other friend on Facebook, but you're not friends with them, they're not going to see your information with it. They're just going to see a recipe that their friend sent them. But when they click on it, then they'll see all your information in there, so they know who actually supplied this information. So again, this is that 80% that is non-business related that you can absolutely use. And what it is, what's cool is you sign up for a month and it's unlimited. You pay, you have 30 days, it's unlimited. You could share as many as you want, as many times as you want. And then next month you decide if you want to add, pay and basically add it on it as well. So I did definitely want to go over that. I think that aligns perfectly with what you guys were just talking about. And then really just to kind of get to like why, the magazines are working so well. And it's really pretty simple. It's just when people receive these magazines from you in the mail, it's so different than like the postcards and the flyers. I am not knocking those because they're awesome for farming. But again, if you send a postcard, that talks about a recent sale or something, and it's to somebody who's not looking to move, well, they're going to read it. They're going to go, well, I don't need this. And they're going to toss it, right? That's where the magazines come in, is when people receive it, it's more of a gift. So it lands on the coffee table and it has a shelf life of 3 to 4 weeks. So now you're actually physically in the home for about a month. You're visible at all times. And that way, when that person's talking with the family and the friends and someone mentions real estate, you're the first person they think of. And then you get that referral. And then again, especially if you group this with the digital items, then that person is just going to see your picture and your face all over. It's a constant visual reminder. What we focus on is when someone says real estate, who's the first person they think of without even knowing that they're thinking about it, right? And that has to be you. If that is your friend, if that's your mom, right? And you're like, well, my mom's always going to refer people. You'll be surprised. They don't, unfortunately, they don't realize it. Someone will say, yeah, we just got pregnant. We're looking for a first home. And everyone just goes, congratulations, that's great. Not realizing, well, wait a second, there's a real estate transaction there. So that's, again, really what we're focusing on. I do want to pause and open it up for questions. I will tell you the 2 questions I always get is just basically what's the cost and then how often it goes out. I do have a pricing slide up that I can show you in the next minute here to go over the cost. When it comes to how often it goes out, the magazines go out every 2 months. The digital items are always month to month. So are there any particular questions anyone wants me to answer for them?
Questions? Yeah, we're good. We had an agent in here that says they've already have it. We have a handful of agents in here that do have it already. So yeah, it looks like no questions, but you can show the last slide if you'd like, and then we can close it up.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll just show you the pricing slide really quick. And then honestly, if you guys have if you have more questions about this, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My number is right there on the side, and I get text messages there as well. And then I can actually go into detail and explain all the pricing, but really simple. There's a one-time setup fee. It's $100. You never pay it again. And then the price per magazine, $3.99, includes postage. We mail them for you, and we do the minimum of 50. So it comes out to about $200. And what we're offering you guys is a way to just try this one time without any type of commitment. So no contract, no commitment. It's $100 up front. It's $200 when you print in about a month, and it just goes out the one time so you can try it out. These, just to be clear, this does not include any of those digital items that I was going over. Those are different costs. And the reason I didn't want to go over that is because it's basically, if you're doing the magazines and you add the digital items, it's cheaper as opposed to just doing the digital items by themselves. So there's a couple different pricing depending on how many things you're doing with us. And that's why I encourage you guys, if you are interested, reach out to me directly, tell me what you're looking for, and we'll come up with an exact plan for you and go over, the cost of all that as well. But other than that, I really appreciate you guys having me here. Again, if there's any questions or anything at all, definitely let me know. Or again, you can always reach out to me when you have some more time.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Ross. Thanks a lot for the info, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me. Have a good one, guys.
Absolutely. Take care. Thanks a lot. All right, Melissa, let's get up here.
Hey guys, it's Melissa Lima from downstairs. I'm gonna throw all of this away because I have seconds to talk. So everyone pull out your phone and go to Facebook. You're gonna like Patent Title Company, Sugarland. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, you can follow me too. You can ask to be my friend Melissa Lima. And from 2 videos on TikTok, I've blown up, just like Joyce says, one video will blow up like crazy. I have 28,000 followers off of 2 videos. And so it's crazy how social media works so well if you do it right. So follow Patent Title Company, Sugarland. Make sure it's Sugarland because you guys are all my little lovies. Melissa Lima on Facebook and TikTok. Oh, Melissa Lima 713 on Facebook, TikTok. Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it, Melissa.
And
Thanks a
no
lot.
real estate fun fact today.
Sorry, you can have 2 next week.
I know. See, Norman? Norman was looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Come on, Frank. Come on up here. All right, let's give a round of applause to our lunch sponsors. We definitely favorite part of the meeting for everybody, right? Appreciate it, Frank. Come on in, bud.
Hi, thank you guys. Thanks for letting me in.
Absolutely.
My name is Frank. I'm a home inspector. I'm representing a Texas Inspection Professionals. We are in the business from 8 years. By profession, I'm an engineer. By trade, I'm engineer, by profession, I'm a home inspector. So I'm doing this inspection from 8 years. Now we are a multi-inspector company. We are around 3 regular inspector, 1 part-time, and 2 apprentices coming up. So around 5 or 6 inspectors. So, and whenever you need an inspection, just call us, maybe same day or next day, we can have you in inspection. I know that time is tough. Everybody giving 3 days or 5 days. So definitely we can take you next day, or next day. And also do we do all that type of inspection. We do commercial inspection, septic inspection, water well, mold, termite inspection, a pre-listing, new home, any kind of inspection needed. We are one-stop shop. We can be anywhere from south to north, Woodland, Conroe to, like, we are going to Wharton today. I don't know if you have time for Wharton. So in Wharton, we go Sealy, Cypress, anywhere you want it. We follow your steps. Just let us know when you want inspection, where you want inspection. We'll try to put in there. So any other questions you can ask me, or I can have a little bit more about company. I can introduce you. You have time?
Yeah, you can take a
Yeah.
couple of minutes. that's fine.
Yeah. So any question you have it, I can definitely help you. We also have additional services like termite, and we fly the drone if you need like a 2-story, 3-story roof. We can do fly the drone as well, and do a sprinkler system and thermal scanning as well. Thermal scanning, I would recommend, very important because of that. You cannot see behind the walls when you are in the house. We don't know with the moisture there or missing insulation, any sparking or arcing in the walls. So you can do that's what we do as well. So always recommend, especially also recommend you the pre-sale inspection for the seller's inspection. It is highly recommended. If you need extra, you need to know more about it, just text me, call me. My flyer, my brochures are there. I can explain you more why the seller's inspection is very important. Because sometimes sellers are hesitant, why they need an inspection. But seller's inspection is very important because they need to know before what put in the market so they can sell their house fast. So there is a risk of the back off. Any question, you can call me. Yes, sir. The price is depending on the size of the house, and starting with the 2,000 square feet house, single standalone house is 425. Basic complete home inspection, standard residential inspection, 425, which covers structure, foundation, HVAC system, electrical, plumbing, windows, doors, anything inside the house. We do it outside as well. Sprinklers are additional, termite is additional, pool is additional. That's pretty much we do it. If you go, it's pretty easy to, when your clients book an inspection, just go on my website. There's 3 or 4 clicks. You can find the pricing. When you give a size of the house and year of the bill area, you can find the price over up at the price before you book the inspection. So buyer will very know that what I'm charging for that price. Right? Any questions? All right. Thank you so
Awesome,
much.
Frank, appreciate it. I'm sure you're going to be around. Will you be around
Yes,
here for the
I'm
next
here.
few minutes? Just
Yes,
in
I'm
case
here.
somebody comes up and meets you.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks a lot for lunch again, Frank.
No problem.
Yeah. All right, guys. Sorry that went a little longer than expected. I hope you guys enjoyed the content, though. I feel like it was pretty valuable. Thanks for hanging out online. Hope to see you in the office for another meeting, though. Okay. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day online. Enjoy lunch for the rest of y'all in here. Take care.